Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are out there in the wonderful live world of esports. This is Jason with Signature Media and Broadcasting. Appreciate everybody out there watching and streaming, and make sure you click the like, share, subscribe buttons on all of those platforms. Twitch.tv/JL follow, Facebook with the not ready for Sunday night racing truck series. This is Gander Mountain Truck Series right here. Don Fryman is the guy that runs and owns this. Very, very, very awesome individual. If you haven't checked him out, go ahead and do so. We have a nice little packed field, small league, but big things happening. First race of the season right here from Daytona International Speedway. 75 laps is what we're going to be having as they are finishing up qualifying right now. Take a look at the state of things. They are getting ready to grid and get that first pace lap underway before we go green for 75 right here at, again, Daytona International Speedway. These truck series races are just a lot of fun. Sometimes it can go for a long time before you see a caution because these things drive so well. But we're going to see, we might see some wrecks. We might see the big one. Heck, if it goes green flag racing, I think these drivers will like it a lot. Unlimited fast fix with the iRacing platform today. So you're going to be able to, they're going to be able to jump in the pit road and get things figured out. A lot of trucks will be able to stay on the grid as well. When we do have our first caution, I'm going to bring Don Fryman in, and we're going to chit-chat a little bit about the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing League. This is version 2. He did hold a league in the past called Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing. We'll talk to him about why it is named that. We're going to take a look at the grid while everybody's getting warmed up and lined up. Michael Wenner in the 23 is your pole sitter right now, with Michael Pachinka in the 55 is going to sit on the outside of the 23 in that front row. Grabbing back to the second row, Joe Agnello in the 444, Travis Martinello in the 171, sitting outside fourth place. Shane Shepard in the number 4 inside, starting fifth. Cody Rawlings in the 13 outside. As you see the custom paint scheme right there for the 23. In that Cabela's vehicle. Speaking of Don Fryman, Dots 36 in that number 36. That is inside row 4. Dean Qualey in the 98. As everybody is getting lined up to go green flag racing. David Cotton of 35 is going to be last car, 11th place, starting 9th position. We'll have some fun racing as things are about to get underway, and we'll continue to follow everything along. Daniel, if you hear me out there, I appreciate you liking everything. A few more trucks that didn't show up on the qualifying, but it's because they chose not to qualify. They're going to sit in the back and wait a little bit. We will show positions at the top of the screen before we get rolling here. 11th position, Klinger in the number 18. Gallinger in the 44, Severson in the 009, 14 of Elrod. You're seeing all of those ready to rock and roll as well. Take you to TV1 real quick as we're about to go green flag racing with the first race of the season for the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing League. And a big jump from the 55 of Pachinka as you see them start to enter turn 1. iRacing's wonderful platform right there. It sometimes gets turn 1 a little mixed. So there is how things are lining up currently. And Get some single action racing with a 171 out front of the 98 right there. But the 23 being scored as a race leader currently, but Pachinka is out front right behind everybody. Single file racing as the front three decide to split up right there and make it 2x2 going forward. First caution is going to come out right there at the start-finish line. Quick caution right there. As now the caution flag waves. A lot of things going on back there. Early caution brings out some fun, exciting things. Everybody's kind of getting shaken up there, getting loose and getting ready. It's probably just the nerves. Nothing big and nothing too bad. And let's take a look real quick. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom of my screen over here, as it looks like a lot of cars were involved in that one. Let's go back up here. Taking a look right here. All right, so a little replay action for you. There's a few incidents there. Let's go right over here. This is coming to the front stretch where they had this incident. A look overhead at what happened to the caution to cause the caution. Little bump draft back there for the looked like the 36 and the the Shane Shepard involved, Jay Jordan involved, Morissette involved. Go back and take a look at that one more time. As you see everybody kind of shaking right there just a little bit. Little overhead view. Yeah, most definitely. So everybody kind of escaping a little bit. Nothing too big, nothing too damaging. They do have unlimited fixes right here, so we'll be back green flag racing, and everybody should be ready to go in just a little bit. Once again, the dog decided it was going to bark. Cody, I'm sorry it's not letting you race. Did you might have missed the time in when qualifies happen. I don't know what's going on with that. But if you're out there listening, make sure you share it out there so you can get all these guys a little extra exposure. First caution, lap 2. Lap 1 for some, but at the start of lap 2 when everybody's coming across the start-finish line. Everybody's got to get settled in, and then everything will be. There's Cody Rawlings. He's back in there. Alrighty. It is showing him in there, so that's good. While we're sitting on a caution, I want to give a big shout out to Don, who is the league owner of the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing. Don, do you have me out there, buddy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey, buddy, you are live right here on the air with everybody. I just wanted to give a quick shout to you and let you explain how you guys came up with a name for the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing version 2.
Well, how I came up with this several years ago, I had a league. And it seemed like as much preparing we did, there was always something that just felt like we were never ready. All the planning, everything that you've done, it just seems like we wasn't ready. So we thought, well, why don't we just come up with a Not Ready for Sunday Night Race?
Well, it is a catchy name. It's a little long to say, so I've been calling it the NRFS when it comes to some of the things that we do social media-wise. But great league, great truck series league, and you kept it small for a reason. You want to tell everybody about that? Might have lost him there just a little bit. So Apologize about that. We'll see if we can get him back a little bit later. Hey, Don, good luck to you out there if you hear me, and we'll get back to green flag racing very soon, buddy, and we'll chat with you in a little bit.
10-4.
Alrighty, he came back to me, but I want to make sure that he is he's concentrating up there as we are still single file, waiting for the pace lights to go off on the pace car before we get going. And again, thank you to everybody out there that is liking, subscribing, and hitting all of those notification bells for me. I appreciate the donation out there as well. I get to see those here. If you go to twitch.tv/JLFollow and click on the About section, you can see why I do what I do. Speaking of which, let's just take a look real quick, and you can see it over there. Click that donate button down there on the bottom. Everything goes to a worthy cause. So you get to hear a little bit of an echo there. But we're going to go back to our main screen, and you're going to be able to hear everything in just a little bit. Other leagues that we were a part of, I want to make sure that we mentioned that out there. We do broadcast for, of course, Signature TV and Signature Media Broadcasting as the lights on the pace car are off. We do quite a lot of different broadcasts out there. This is one of two truck series that we do. We do the Wheelin' Modified series. That is every Thursday evening, and on Mondays the No Limit Racing Thunder series, which is amazing. They went from the ARCA series to the Thunder series, and they are getting ready to hit Phoenix tomorrow evening. Check those guys out as well. Subscribe to our channel and enjoy yourself while you're sitting relaxing on the Memorial Day weekend. I live in the great Lake of the Ozarks, of course. If you hadn't watched it, we're on TMZ. Yeah, a lot of TMZ issues going on there. Little damage back there on that Toyota, that black Toyota you see over there. Hopefully that shouldn't shake everything up. Unlimited fixes for this race because it's Daytona, and when we set up the race, we didn't check the number 2 instead of unlimited. So everybody gets to fix their vehicle as many times as possible. So it should keep everybody interested and on the lead lap. As you see all of those cars come around turn 3 and exiting turn 4. You're going to see the pit car hit pit road. And we're going to go back to green flag racing once again with the 98 of Quayle. Dean is out there out front. And strong Toyota he has out there. Inside, Martinello on the 171, Rinker in the 60, Pachinka, and then, of course, the 55 out there. Green flag racing is back underway with the 98 out front, the 171 outside of Quayle. Martinello going to give a strong push to the front. Going to get some help on the outside line. These trucks can go nose to tail, so you might see some eccentric bump drafting. You also might see them get in a single file line, but no help now for the 171 as he is up high. The 98 of Quayle getting a huge shove from the 60 of Rinker and falling into place. They are single wide, 1, 2, 3. 2 wide, 44, 171 back there. Little wiggling, trying to catch some air to make sure they don't heat up too much. And then they get back into line as the 98 of Quayle comes across and leads at the start-finish line. Single file racing is, you see the 44 slip right in there, but gets turned by the 171. maybe tried to be a little bit too aggressive as things went on. Still green flag racing. I'm sure the caution is going to come out in just a second. We'll see what happens. There it is, the caution on lap 8 for the 44 and the 171. Things just a little bit delayed, but not a big deal as things are starting to heat up right here at Virtual Daytona with iRacing and these Gander Mountain trucks. Soon to be adding the Ford F-150 to it. Everybody's enjoying these trucks. And when that Ford F-150 comes out, you're going to see a lot of these guys. They already talked about it. They're going to switch a little bit. First car, one lap down currently, is... Take a look at the relative real quick, which I cannot right now. So I'm going to switch you over to a transition real quick, and I will be right back with you in just a moment.
I don't know. I've been not too lucky missing some accidents, so I've had some major repairs done. So I just gotta figure out a way to miss these incidents that keep happening. Well, one of the reasons why keeping it small, just trying to get the guys used to each other and the driving and the racing and all the stuff. And the more you have it, seems like the more issues you have it until guys start getting used to be driving with each other. That's just really the biggest thing is just learning to drive with each other, getting used to each other, and then later expand. So I just want to kind of keep it as small as I could.
Well, I do appreciate that as well. I know that some people were having a hard time hearing me out there, so I adjusted my mic as well. Got you nice and loud. So you, well, you enjoy the rest of your race. We're gonna not bug you so much anymore, so you can concentrate on getting those things out. I know that you got you had surgery on your elbow there for a little bit, but enjoy the rest of your race and good luck.
I appreciate it. Like I said, thanks for everything you do, and look forward to seeing you guys at the end of the.
Sounds good, my friend. I appreciate you. Apologize once again, and that is the reason why you couldn't hear me before. I turned it down just in case I had a nice fancy dog bark. So no big deal. We are back to under yellow once again. I'm sitting here broadcasting, and nobody could hear me there for a little bit. So apologize about that. I know that we are going to be back to live conditions very shortly. Talking with Don, you got to see him out there running with everybody. First car one lap down is going to be the number 9 of Bob Gallinger. It's going to be in that 44 machine. 1 through 5. Jake Elrod, you got a fan out there. Appreciate everybody out there still watching on all of our platforms, competing with good old NASCAR out there. Mike Joy's a joy to watch, so to speak. No pun intended. But it's kind of nice to watch your hometown boys race, even if it's virtual. Josh Klinger is going to be the car scored second position at number 11 Toyota. And Shane Shepard into number 4, the 23 of Michael Winter out of Pennsylvania. He's going to be the first Chevy in 4th position with Zach Rinker in that number 60, still in 5th position, being scored there. Lap 16 so far under caution, being completed with a pace car coming across the start-finish line. Lights are off on the pace car. We got one to go before we get green flag racing once again. How about we get a little information about one of our drivers that we have here. Let's go to the number 44, Joe Agnello. Right along with him for just a moment when we get back to green flag conditions as we hit the backstretch. Joe Agnello, 45 years old, born in Staten Island, New York, resides in Pennsylvania. He's about 12 and a half miles to the center garage of Pocono, which is one of his favorite tracks. He's got a lot of experience in racing from real life, from go-karts, dirt, asphalt, and road courses, slingshots, dirt, and asphalt. He's been involved with the 270 micro sprints on dirt, 600 micro sprints on dirt and asphalt, street stocks on asphalt, and the TQ midgets on asphalt. He's also worked as a mechanic for a racing school out of Pocono, and he's turned a lot of laps around there as well in one of the schools, in one of the street stock cars, of course the school car, and he's worked as a crew member from Busch North team, just for a Busch North team, just very, very recently, or very, very briefly. So I apologize about the background noise for getting things worked out so that way my puppies don't interrupt my broadcasts anymore. I appreciate everybody out there still watching, of course, and always. We're going to go green flag racing along with Agnello on the 44. As he starts to accelerate, you're going to start seeing things line up, single file, side-by-side racing, it looks like in front of him. Take a look from the roll bar of our driver. Let's take a look at what it looks like when he's driving. You see those hands and how they're going to have to keep these things working smoothly with Elrod looking like he's following inside. Looks like the 18 of Klinger is being scored right there in front of him. Elrod's got a little bit of issues. Cabela's is working his way as well. Skittles 4 right there of Shepard right in front of the 44 currently. Go back to our overhead views. You see the side-by-side racing going currently. The 18 right inside the 23. The 23 can score the race leader winner out there from Pennsylvania as well. Score the lead on that lap 19 underway as we continue. Green flag conditions with the 18 going to take the inside right now. .23 getting a big push off on the outside line. You're going to swallow up the lead from the 18, and you're going to see these two lock bumpers in just a moment. Winner in a Chevy, Klinger in a Toyota. The 18 comes down and dives to the inside line, and almost a virtual tie on that one. Klinger getting the lead there. The 171 turning 4 once again. Couldn't get out of the back of that bumper as the 009 checks up. Caution is out once again. And things working out, things having to be figured out as we continue right here. 20 laps complete of 75 from virtual Daytona. Go back and take a look at that overhead view once again. 171 just right there as the 4 kind of comes up. Nothing very much damage right there. Just a little bit, little hop right there into the midfield, into the infield. But good job calling caution out there. Big shout out to our race control out there, Robert Butcher. You're going to see his number scroll atop right there. He's got to be in the race to manage the race. So. He is watching all the P's and Q's of all the drivers, as that was our replay. Should say brought to you by Skittles, because that's that Skittles machine right there. But we'll take a look at our race leader right there, currently being scored as the 23 of Michael Weiner. We're going to say winner because he's looking to win. Josh Klinger in the 18, right behind him. Zach Raker in the 60s, being scored at 3rd. So it goes Chevy, Toyota, Chevy. And then another Toyota, Jake Elrod, and that 14 Black Beauty machine. And in 5th position, Dean Quayle. Dean's got a lot of fans out there as well. Elrod 10. Let's go Jake C out there. Appreciate it. Good old trading paints. As the 23 comes off and decides to hit pit road. 18. Josh Klinger being scored your race leader currently. The 171 getting a free pass. Travis Martineo going to get a lap back and come back on the lead lap. Shane Shepard still being scored on the lead lap, of course, as well. Some things happen. Hard racing. Nothing too big. Let's see if Mr. Klinger is available to chit-chat. Not quite there. Not quite there. Let's see if get a black flag. Looked like that needed to be cleared a few minutes ago, but not really sure what's going on there. Sean Morissette's sitting up there as well. Let's take a look. See if we can bring him over real quick. So after a fantastic couple of laps there, Josh Klinger is now your race leader. Josh, I've got you. This is Jason up in the broadcast booth. I wanted to give you a shout and see how your race is going so far with 5 cautions.
Yes, sir. Well, it's definitely a little bit of I-pacing versus I-racing thus far. Hopefully we can fix that. And actually, I got caught up in the first one pretty bad, as you might have seen. But thankfully, we've got the fast repairs on for this race. So hopefully we can stay competitive for all 75 laps here, see what shakes out for the rest of it.
Well, I do see that as things were starting to spread out, that that inside line was working really well. Even when you were pushing, you were doing a great job of keeping the pace, so or maintaining the pace even from second or even on the outside line. So, any preference with your Toyota on the inside or outside line?
Personally, for me, if I'm the lead car, I like to be on the inside line, but if I'm pushing, I like to be on the outside. But, I mean, in this particular session, I know we're all in fixed setups, but it just feels like my car is a little faster. So not quite sure what's up with that, but, I mean, I'm fast all day today, so.
Well, maybe you can get that DeWalt Toyota to victory lane a little bit ago. So good luck on the restart, and we'll catch back up with you a little later.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, that was Josh Klinger in that number 18 machine right there. Put him back where he belongs, and he is currently scored as your race leader. Rinker in the number 60 is going to be outside, number 2 from Illinois, and then Dean Quayle is going to be in that 3rd position in that 98. It's going Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, and then a slew of Chevys. Mike Pachinka from Pennsylvania in that number 55 machine scored outside. Going to start outside on the 2nd row on this restart. And then Cody Rawlings in the number 13. And that Chevy right there is going to be starting inside row 3 as the number 5 position. So far, a lot of cautions, but still good racing as we continue to pace. He called it I-pacing, which, you know, I mean, does happen. We've all watched it, and we got an extra screen up there. Let's take you to a long transition so I can fix some stuff, and we'll get that screen out of the way. Alrighty, lights are back up on the pace car. Klinger, Rinker, Quayle, that's your top 3. A little bit about our track that we're on before we go back to green flag racing. Daytona International Speedway, 2.5 miles, 2.48 to be exact. 4 turns, track elevation 36.52 feet above sea level. Track temperature currently is 120 degrees. Of course, out of Daytona, Florida. Quite a few cautions today. 4 cautions. I was wrong about the 5th. 13 laps, 6 lead changes. And, of course, I love this theme. Great little one as the 18 of Klinger gets a big jump out in front of the leaders as lap 25 starts. Lap 25 starts under green flag conditions. The 18 of Klinger way out front right there. Getting a nice push from Rinker in the number 60, right there, nose to tail. As let's take a look. From the back of how that lines out, you see these vehicles, they run. But that 60 is going to get a nice run on the outside of the 98 with the 98 push, and it's like that 009 right there. Nice little truck, and that Chevy's going to start pushing our leader, trying not to get too much in the back of the bumper of them. As we get back to outside racing, the 18 is going to take that inside lane. Things just couldn't form up on that outside line, as you see a little bit of extra hustle and bustle, people trying to catch some air, to catch some speed. These trucks run really hot whenever you sit in the line for a long period of time, but they're definitely trying to shake it up. Currently scored a 1, 2, 3, 18, 009. And coming way down low, getting a little loose, having to check up is the 60. That 19 was getting a little loose there. Klinger, Rinker, Quayle, 1, 2, 3, Travis Martineo, 171, shaking it up as well. 19 looks to be, I believe that's Quayle, so not necessarily the same number that they had before, but it looks like the 009 that's up top is Severson. Oh, he's just trying to get a lap back, so he's up there working everything, trying to make sure that he stays ahead of the leader, but that 19 gets in the back of everybody. We saw a little how loose he was getting, and the 009 gaining that lap back for everybody, running fast times. Caution is out for the 5th time now, and the result of that caution being the 19 of Jay Jordan's cars that were just up front. So that was Jay Jordan in that number 19, trying to get up there and run with everybody and gain some positions back, run that outside line. Some lap down cars being the reason of the caution. Dean Quayle is showing going to pit road as well. Having some issues there in that 98 machine. At least it's showing him off track, but it doesn't look like he's off track. Either way, the 18 of Klinger still out front. 5th caution of the day. From virtual Daytona with the not ready for Sunday Night Racing League with as many cautions, no matter how much they practice, they are looking like they need that some are ready and some are not. So I get it. Don explained to us earlier why they called it this, and no matter how much you practice, sometimes it just gets tough. Lap 29. Under the books, Morset sitting up top, numbers in the 16th position. We'll take that back. As now Klinger having to wait for the pace car to come around. What's going on there? Not anything that this guy's doing. Pace car's just a little bit slow, it looks like, coming out of everything. So 18 waiting on the pace car to catch up with everybody, and there they are. 18 meets up with the pace car and back to pace laps once again as the 009 gets his lap back. going to start seeing everybody catch back up with the pace car. If you've got a favorite driver out there, make sure that you follow them and give us a shout out there for them. We'll make sure that we let them know everything that's going on. Speaking of Josh Klinger, a little bit about him. He is Josh Klinger, an 18-year-old Duke engineering student working on his bachelor's degree in biomedical and medical engineering from Charlotte, North Carolina. He has a little bit of road experience behind the wheel of his built BMW E46330i CI. Klinger is your race leader currently in that number 18 DeWalt Toyota. Fantastic racing so far. When it's gone green, it's gone really, really well. So, Dean, I did see you jump off there. So it looked like you disconnected just a little bit there. So, 35 incident points get you disqualified. And it looks like we've got a few things shaken up as the 171 catches back up to the 18. So be the 18, 171, the 4, the 14, and the 55 scored 1 through 5. Klinger, Martinez, Shepard, Elrod up there again. Once things get back underway, you're going to see that 171 making some aggressive moves. 7 cars on the lead lap currently is trying to figure out what happened to the 98. He kind of got disconnected there. Lap 30 being completed under caution as we are coming around to the backstretch. Long look at the line of trucks right there. At least one more lap under caution before we get back to side-by-side racing, trying to get things under green flag conditions. Dean, I hear you out there. Dean kind of got disconnected. He's trying to get back in, so hopefully we can get him back to going, and he can get some of these laps back. He got disconnected, and that's no bueno. So we hear you, Dean, and that number 98, you were running up front really, really, really nicely. So let's hope we get some things back together for you. The number 18 of Klinger up front with the 171 of Martinez is going to be outside. Lights on the pace car are off. We're going to go green flag racing right after this. That 14 machine looks like he got his Black Beauty fixed. He's going to sit outside of the 4 and 4th spot. And a little bit about our top 5 for you right there. Be Klinger, Martinez, Shepard, Elrod, and Pachinka. That's your top 5. Take a look at one of the other drivers we want to speak about. Yep, Dean, everybody is in here still. He was the only one that got disconnected there. He just kind of disappeared for no reason whatsoever. So communicating back and forth with everybody, trying to make sure that everybody's having a good race, and all at the same time some connectivity issues happening with some of our drivers. So 8 cars still in the lead lap. Agnello being scored the first car 1 lap down with Severson right behind him. The 18, nice jump on the start. Pace car was off into pit road that time. 18 accelerating nicely throughout the race. The 4 right behind him. Shepard getting to the bumper of the 18. Gonna push it Too wide from third on back. As the number 4 falls in line to go single file racing for a little while. The 171 scored third position, 55 right there of Chinka. As a nice move to the outside for the 23. Did want to check up and wanted to take that high line as the 4 bobbles in just a little bit. The 23 outside 18 going to slide up just a little bit. Single file racing as the 171 slides up in front of the 23 to take that draft away from him to get a little bit of a block. Comes down into the 4. Falls back in line for third place. Doesn't have enough room to complete that pass again as the 23 gains a little bit of speed on the front stretch. They're going to take it too wide from 2 on back. 23 has some help from the 60 of Zach Rinker as they come down to the back stretch. The 18 make a solid push from the 4 Toyota inside line. Chevy leading the top. The 50 or the 60 almost taking a 3 wide there, but checks back up to fall back in line. 2 Chevys and a Toyota up top. From second on back as the 23 is going to try to take the lead away from the 18 as we come to the front stretch right here to complete lap 33 at virtual Daytona. Has enough room to slide down in front of the 18 coming across the front stretch, leading that lap, leaving it 60 up top. A little wiggle room as 14 has to check up just a little bit. The 60 has a drafting partner out of the 14 of Elrod in that Black Beauty. Can't see his number, but I know that truck. As the 23 slides all the way up to take a block away from the 60. Does not have enough room for the 18. And the 18 and the 4 just drive on by on the low line right there in the turn 3, coming out of turn 4. Ready to hit the front stretch. The 23 losing some ground away from the leaders. As the 60 is going to give a nice nose to tail shove. The 171 on the inside line slides in front of the 14 and the 4. 23 trying to gain some more momentum on that outside line. Wrecking is happening though. Big old caution is going to come as there was a lot of moving and shaking back there. Let's go back and take a look at what happened as there was some giant movement that kind of got everybody loose. Go back and take a look at the relative and see what happened. I'm going to catch back up with our replay in just a moment. So let's see. Let's take a look. Scrolling. Everything's involved right there. Caution waved on lap 34. Let's see what happened. So we are going to go back to there's the 14 right there. This is our replay of what happened. As a little checkup right there. I'm not quite sure. Where that went. So let's go back and one more time try to see what happened there. Here's a look from Jay Jordan's point of view. As we were coming around to the front stretch and nothing there. Everybody kind of got into it there. So someone got turned and then they wrecked. I have a good view of it. I'm trying to find a good view of it. So let's look at it from this point of view. Let's see if we have, here's that front stretch. Here's the 009 right there. Car had, we had a car high. It was trying to take trying to avoid some lap traffic and just kind of lost it. The 009 did. So charged with a caution, and that's how it goes. So let's catch back up with our leader, number 23 of a winner out front. But everybody else is on pit road right now. That's why you see them out front. Pit stops going on right now. Let's take a look at what our pit stops were, these last ones. The race off pit road winner, it looks like he came in before everybody else did. The 18 of Klinger had a nice fast pit stop, and the 14 of Elrod leading everybody on the way. Severson in the 009 was the last to race off pit road. Elrod being scored in 6th position right now with the fastest pit speed or pit time of this last session. And when we get back to green flag racing once again, we're going to have some movers and shakers, a lot of fun. CJ, let's take a look at the cautions. So far, 6 cautions, 19 laps, 9 lead changes, and the fastest lap of the race was a 48.335. Appreciate everybody out there still continuing to watch. I see you out there. Good traffic so far, as we've got some of our lap traffic hitting pit road right now. Gallinger, of course, back on the lead lap now, but now getting his opportunity to hit pit road. Severson, last car in the lead lap. And the 13 of Cody Rawlings up there waiting for a free pass. Jay Jordan, the 19, 2 laps down on pit road. Dave Cotton, 2 laps down. Don Fryman right there. He is first car 3 laps down. And Joe Agnello, 4. And our poor guy, Dean Quayle, missing out on an opportunity there. Poor guy. I see you out there, CJ. That kind of wish he had showed up too. We'd have been able to get you in here too as well. So apologize about that. Appreciate people. Got the number 14 and the number 18 getting some good cheers out there. Appreciate everybody on Discord letting me know what's going on. 44 out there doing a great job. Of Agnello, the 444. Out of Pennsylvania. Alrighty, 23 winner leading 60 Ranker. Martineo in the 171 is going to be scored 3rd position. Klinger in the number 18 machine. That Toyota is scored in 4th, and then the 14 of Elrod in 5th position, ready to go. We get some green flag runs in. Just looking at some relatives. The longest green flag stint so far is 6 laps. And once we go green flag racing once again, it'll be the start of lap 40. 39 laps complete. And lights on the pace car are off. I'm going to take a vocal break. Get you a long transition in before we go back to green flag racing, because I need a drink of water.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, we're not. 009 was acting like.
Alrighty, had to get a little bit of information from race control there a little bit. So 009 was charged with a caution. I just want to make sure my screens are correct here. But we're back to green flag racing once again with the 23 out front. The 60 of Rinker was scored in second position. The 171 is right behind the 23. Martinale putting a lot of pressure on that 23, and they are single file racing, trying to get some green flag runs in. Let them wear those tires down before things get too crazy. Little wiggle on up front as the first four Toyotas.
Heard all that with Jason. 19 took the blame, but he didn't do it.
No, 19 did not cause that. 19 got in the wall, but 19 came off the wall and was clear all the way out. He did. He got clipped by one of the other trucks.
You never know who's going to jump in the broadcast booth there, so I apologize about that. We were back and forth, so 23, 171, 18. Right there out front, Elrod in the 14, 60 of Rinker. Then is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 currently, as we are still green flag racing. 41 laps complete. Now we're going to go double wide from second on back. The 23 and the 171. 18 pushes outside with the 14. Teammates trying to make something happen on that front, on that high line, as they are locked tight with the 60 right behind. Two Toyotas and a Chevy on the outside. Two Toyotas and a Chevy on the inside, as it looks like the 14 is going to settle back in. And so is the 18 as they come around to the front stretch. Little wiggling going on as we are continuing to sort these drivers out, where they're going to try to be and where they're going to try to apply pressure. As the 60 and the 4 are going to look like they're going to work together on the high line. And the 55 going to be inside the 60 and the 4 right there in fourth position. Overhead view of everything that you see side-by-side racing from fifth on back, as the high line seems to be not working as well. Everybody's running fast on the inside, and they are nose to tail. 4 Toyotas out front right here with the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing League. And we're back to it. Single file racing so far. Little wiggle from the 009 back there, trying to keep pace with the race leaders. First car, he is the last car on the lead lap, currently scored in 9th position. Cody Rawlings is first car, 2 laps down, but running with everybody. Everybody's continue to run successful clean laps as they are single file racing so far. The 23 of Winter and the 171 of Martineo, cleaner in the 18 and scored in third position. Elrod 14 in the 14, fourth in. 55 of Pachinka is back up there in fifth position. 60 of Rinker back there in sixth. Little highline move. Looked like it. These first four are separating themselves from the pack as the 23 leads another lap right here at virtual Daytona. Let's see, Dean Quayle, it's such a shame running that fast 98, got disconnected there. Such a great guy to have those kinds of issues, but we'll see him in the next race at a fast 98 machine. As the 18 looks like he is ready to make a move, trying to see if there's any takers on that high line, with the 14 right behind him. Side-by-side racing up there as looks like Cody Rawlings is trying to gain some momentum back. In 10th position, he is trying to get some of that track position back, so that way, if there is another caution, he can get that free lap pass. 23 still out front. Winner is trying to win it. Travis Martineo in second, right behind the 18, putting a little pressure right there. The 171, almost to the back quarter panel of the 23. 23 trying to hold that solid line, but 171 checks up accordingly as they're coming around the backstretch. Coming around to the backstretch out of turn 2, you see that long stretch of how people are working their lines, trying to keep pace with everybody. 47 laps complete as we're coming around to the backstretch into turn 3, single file racing. Trying to gain some patience. You can't win it on the first lap. You can only win it on the last lap. That's what I'm reading on everything. So I appreciate all the comments still coming in. Appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. $6.90 after fees, I think, or something like that. It was not a round number. It's kind of weird, but hey, everything's appreciated. Everything that I do goes to not only support the cause of the broadcast, as the 171 is trying to apply pressure to the 23 to take that lead away, but my broadcasts help benefit local charity here. I'm looking to do some wonderful work with them to give them some interactive games for their summer camp, especially the summer camp called Wonderland Camp. Go to wonderlandcamp.org and check them all out. You can also go to Wonderland Camp on Facebook and check all their information out as well. Single file racing is starting to shake up a little bit. You see Patience starting to do big things. 4 trying to make some moves, carrying it with the 60. 23 into 171, 18, 14. That's your first 4. Look at our speeds as we carry forward. The 18 is going to take it too wide out there. There's your race leader currently. Winner. Started on the pole and is back there again. He's got the 171 pushing. The 18 and the 14 are going to work that outside line. Side draft onto the 60 as the 60 tries to come inside. You see that Patience. It's getting there. And people are wanting to make their moves. You can only run so long single file before the truck starts to heat up, but also before you want to make a move and get yourself in position to win. So quite possibly another pit stop is still going to happen before we can finish this race out, and we will see how things shake up. Going back to the 18, Josh Klinger has led 12 laps today. Started 11th, and he's sitting there right there in fifth. Little bump and touch there from the 18 and the 4 is no caution is out, but definitely some side draft and hard racing going on there. The 18 and the, you see a little bit of side damage on that on the inside of the 18 from that touch. 18 and 14 are having to continue to run, so hopefully no inside wheel damage as they continue to go. The 18-14 still working that outside line. 23 of Winter still out front so far. Right along with everybody from the top view. I really like this view because you get to see what it looks like as if you were chasing these cars down the back stretch. But we are coming to the front stretch. And Winter is going to lead another lap right here at Virtual Daytona. I'm going to let you right along with everybody. I'm going to let you do what they call it, crank it up, but I can't use that term. So turn up your volume, listen to the sound of these trucks around. Back at it once again. Still green flag racing right there. I really like these vehicles. These trucks are just amazing. But anyway, 23 still out front with a 171 of Martinale behind. Rinker in the 60 sitting there in third position with the 18 outside. The 14 had to fall off a little bit. That inside damage. I don't know if there's a little bit of damage going on there, but he fell off pace just a little bit, but the 18 still working that high line. Got a little help from the 44 of Gallinger up there. Back, he took a little bit of work to get back on the lead lap, but since he's been holding those top line positions quite nicely, getting himself right up there to the nose. I don't know if you saw it whenever we were on that rear bumper, that the Toyota of the 171, how close they get to the camera and how close they get to everything. But we're three wide right there. As I believe pit road is happening, and it's going to happen anyway because the caution is going to have to come out. Everybody's wrecking on the front stretch. 18 will lead Klinger back in front as they come across. Comes across the lead 56. Now the caution comes out to start a lap 57, and we saw that wreck happening. Everybody was trying to slow up to hit pit road, and they just couldn't get there. So things happen. Let's go back and take a look. We had a really good replay of that, so we can probably just go back and here it was. Everybody's coming on the pit road, and looks like there's Pachinka up there in that 55 machine. It slammed, it looks like. Trying to take a look there, what car number that was. That flame machine, that black car, or that black truck up there is the one that kind of took it out. So we're going to come back to everything in just a moment. Let's get back to the lead lap. I'm selecting cameras, and cameras are not working. So apologize about that. Apologize about a couple extra screens popping up today. That's not normal. I just updated all my software, and that is something new that's been happening. So I'll have to get all that fixed and situated before my broadcast tomorrow night with the No Limit Racing League. And those guys are amazing. That Thunder Series with the ARCA Chevy Malibus. Incredible time that you get to see with them. They're going to be at Phoenix tomorrow. I'm going to run a lot of laps over there. If you haven't been a part of that league, make sure you check that out, NoLimitRacing.net. And they've got all the schedules and all the drivers over there as well. Make sure you also go on Facebook, search Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing V2. That's going to be the Facebook page. You've got a fan page up there. Like and share that with everybody. And support the cause as now that we're going to go back to green flag racing with, I think it's going to be about 13 to go whenever we go back to green flag, that you're going to be able to see these guys. There's 55 of Pachinka right there. Catch back up with our leaders. 44 of Gander had some patience. Now is leading the race, being scored the race leader with 16 to go. Very, very, very shortly. We'll get back to green flag conditions here, but yeah, make sure you go on Facebook and of course go to twitch.tv/JL follow to follow all of my broadcasts, and you'll be able to see a lot of different races, styles of races. The wheel and modified, probably next to the Cup Series, is probably what, or the Dirt Series. I am looking for a Dirt Series out there. I like hosting Dirt Series because I have a local dirt track not far from here. But I'd like to see you guys out there. And but the wheel and modified, those short cars, they slide everywhere, and they're pretty fun, pretty interesting to see. And great races to call as well. Coming to the line, we're going to have 59 laps complete. Take a look at what we're doing so far. We've had 7 cautions for 22 laps so far, 11 lead changes. Fastest lap changed by almost 7/10 of a second, 48.013. Race summary so far. Race leader, Bob Gander. As the pace lights are still on the pace car, Gander out front. Another at least 2 laps before we go back to green flag racing. Shane Shepherd, the number 4 up there. That's a guy we like, his Skittles mobile as the 19 gets the free pass. Jay Jordan back on the lead lap once again. It puts Cody Rawlings, the first car, 2 laps down. As everybody was trying to complete their green flag pit stops there. Nice long run for everybody, as we had completed almost 11 laps under green flag conditions, 12 laps under green flag conditions, as I'm looking again. Your top 5 being scored so far. First, your leader for the first time in this race, Gander, sitting up there, going to start inside of winner in the 23rd and that 23. Martinale in that 171 is going to start inside of Zach Rinker in that number 60 machine. And Jake Elrod back up front, sitting in 5th, going to start inside of Shane Shepard in the number 4. The Skittles Mobile. I know it's nighttime where I'm at. It was raining just a little while ago, so the weather, the time of the race, no humidity in Florida, which I find it hard to believe. 70-degree air temperature generated by iRacing. And wind direction, about 5 miles an hour out of the northeast. Partly cloudy skies, and, that's about it. Lights are off on the pace car. That Ford Mustang iRacing pace car that's up front, that 2019 version. As we're going to get rid of that weather. We're going to ride along with Mr. Gallinger as we get going. And I was going to pull him up. I was trying to find him on our Discord, but I couldn't do it. It wasn't there, so no big deal as we're back to side-by-side in the backstretch. You're going to see the pace car hit pit road, and then we're going to go back to green flag racing. And race control out there, he's going to make sure that the pace car gets all the way into pit lane. When we go back to green flag racing, we're going to have 14 laps to go. And a lot of moving and shaking. You might see a few. See a few things happen. I do believe we have an attempt at a green-white checker, but I am not quite sure with the way that the race has gone if we're going to get that. So, pace car is off. 44, 23 is kind of past the 44. 44 gets his jump. 23 is going to be in the inside. See the speeds as he starts to increase. 44 getting that low line to work. The 23 almost passed him whenever they got to the start-finish line, but didn't quite make it there. No help on the outside of the 23 as they get up to speed with the 171 giving a nice push to the 44. No help on the outside until the 4 starts to come up and creep up to the top. 60 comes up to try to give it a little help to the 23. 171 and 44 working the high line, or working the low line, coming low. 60 is going to have to check up to fall in line behind the 23 as the 44 gives a little bump as he touches the double yellow. Didn't mean to do that. Kind of got a little bit loose. And the 171 is going to slide all the way out to the 20 in front of the 23 and making everybody nervous just a little bit. I think was the 171 or the 4. I'm sorry, the 23 kind of probably puckered there a little bit as we're now riding along with the 171. You're going to see the speeds carry, the 44 having to get back in, get his speed back after he touched that double yellow just a little bit. Didn't mean to get into it, didn't mean to do it, but you could definitely tell that when that happened, it happened. As the 14 of Elrod says either go the speed or get out of the way as he bumps the 171 saying go faster. 14 and the 18 working together on that low line with the 60 once again. The 171 out front. That 14 shoving his way to the front. Going to go high with no help on the bottom. That 60 is going to have to tuck into the 23. 23 not having much. Sorry, not the 23, the 171 not having much help right there as the 18 and the 14 look to take and make that high line work and make the pass as the 14 is going to slide right in front of the 171, take the tuck, and the 18 now stuck up there with nowhere to go with no help as the 171 looks to probably slide up high. You see him inching his nose out there just a little bit as the 14 couldn't carry the 18 of Klinger with him whenever he tried to carry him around. But now the 14 going to slide way up high, let the 171 do his job on the bottom, and the 18 is going to slide up and give him some help. You see the 60 pushing the 171, and now everybody's back in place. The 009 and the 13 trying to work together back there as the 13 gets a little bit into the wall. The 009 kind of getting a little loose. Cloud cover on the backstretch going to make things a little bit more grip-like whenever they come into the corner right here. So you're going to change the dynamics a little bit. The physics of the tracks are pretty close to being accurate to what iRacing does, as that 009 of Daniel Severson sits right there, right behind the 18, and you're going to see some interesting racing as we come to line with 10 to go right here from virtual Daytona. The 18 and the 14, you see how they are nose to bumper, making that high line work just a little bit more consistent than the low line, as the 171 is not carrying speed on the backstretch. And you're going to see the 14 and the 18 slide down in front of the 171, and that big wreck happening. Saw the turn of the nose, and that was a huge wreck. Caution flies, lap 66. That was a huge wreck. Take a look at it from overhead. As you see the 18 and the 14 working together, the 18 and the 14 carry a lot of speed on the backstretch. And we knew that they were going to slide down. You could see it forming as they were carrying that speed. The 18 really giving the 14 a lot of his money's worth as they come down to the backstretch. This is a replay of what just happened, as the 009 is following suit with it looks like the 58, the 13, or the 98. Trying to take a look at what was going on there, and you see what happens, what transpires there. I'm going to back that up nice and slow motion. No, I'm not going to slow motion it. We're going to let you watch what happens there. You see it. The 009 comes down and just kind of tags the 171. Things do happen in racing. That's aggressive. That's what happens. So now we know. Let's take you back to live racing. Yes, I can rewind everything. It's kind of fun. All right. Overhead shot of the 14 of Jake Elrod out of Georgia. Dun, 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 dun. I like this screen just a little bit better. 67 laps complete. 13 lead changes. 8 cautions for a total of 26 laps so far. As we see everybody meeting up with the pace car on the backstretch. Take a look and see what's going on. See if I have a little oil rod on here. Do not. Let's get back to racing. I can pull Jake in, I know that. So as we were going green flag conditions and having a nice run right there, things were getting shaken up. Jake Elrod, buddy, you are out there leading, and you got some fans out there.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, buddy. So great job of you and the 18 working together right there. You guys had that high line working really well. And I know you were trying to carry the 18 down with you so that way you guys could push ahead of the lead. So how are you going to hold these guys off? You're going to get some guys with fresh tires. I know that you guys are teammates, but how are you going to do it to take it all the way to the end?
I'm going to try to get Josh back behind me on the bottom line and just keep working how we were before caution came out.
Yeah, you guys worked really well together, and I know that Josh led a few laps in the previous stint as well. So nice job on that high line. I know the 009 was right behind you. He gave you a little bit of an extra incentive there too, but hopefully we get you guys working back together, and we'll see what happens.
Appreciate it.
No problem, Jake, right there in that number 14 machine, doing a great job of maintaining the lead. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing once again. In just a few moments. Love what we do here, and we're gonna, because it's Memorial Day, we started the broadcast off with a Memorial Day video. I'm going to play that one more time for you while we wait for green flag conditions. This is Jason. I'll be right back with you. And that is who we are. We are Signature TV Live, Signature Media, Signature Broadcasting, all of those things with the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing broadcast. Happens every Sunday, right about the same time, about 8 o'clock. About 7:30 Central Time, so about 8:30 Eastern Time, which is where most of these guys are from. The 14 of Elrod out front in that Toyota. He's ready to shake and bake. Like he said, put the 18 of Klinger behind him and drive all the way to the front. First Chevy in line, Zach Rinker there in third. And then number 60 was Shane Shepard, the number 4, outside in the number 4 Toyota. And Jay Jordan, that number 19, had to work his way all the way back and got himself back to 5th position. The 23 of Winner, as the pace car hits, is right behind that number 4 Skittles machine, and we might see them all work together as the number 4 actually just dives hardcore on the inside. The 60 going to try to give no pressure and no room for that 18 to work, as you're going to see maybe some fresher tires come into play here, as the leaders don't have as fresher tires as everybody else. Six laps newer as the 60 is going to get right up to the bumper, and the 4 is going to apply pressure. The 14 sliding all the way up, wanting to work with his teammate in that number 18. So Elrod Klinger outside and Rinker Shepard on the inside. To see how well the nose gets out there. The 14 is going to try to carry the 18 to the front with him, so that way they have consecutive passes. These guys are fast. They know how to work together. Teammates, of course, in the iRacing simulator. As the 18 and the 14 do slide all the way down to the inside. The 23 working the high line as well. Doesn't have enough room with that 60 below him to slide in with everybody else, so he's going to have to wait for somebody to give him a little bit of extra push. The 18 and the 14 Nose to tail, you see that push going with 4 laps to go right here at Virtual Daytona with the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing League. This is where everything matters. This is a point system here. There is a chase. And you're going to see the 23 try to slide down and get collected. 4 laps to go, and the caution does come out. We did see everything happen there. I believe there is an attempt at a green-white checker, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about more, and I've been wrong about less. So let's go back and take a look at what happened. As the race has 3 laps to go. Let's see what happened there. Scrolling all the way down. Scrolling. Pace car comes out. Take a look at what happened there as the 23 and the 19 were side-by-side racing. So this is the replay just a moment ago. They get out front, and the 23 tries to carry down with them. Checks up just a little bit right there. It's going back to where the 19 was and the 4 was. This is, I believe, where the caution started. As you see the leaders out front, as the 44 comes down low. Going to take it the long replay right here. 23 right there, and just kind of net, I think that might have been a net code. Gets a little bit into the 4, and interesting how that happened, but definitely was there. Let's go back to our live conditions. That was the caution right there, as you see the 55 coming back up. Jake Elrod going to be starting on that pole position one more time. And to believe there's an attempt at a green-white checker, so we will see how this goes. And if not, that'll be how the race ends. I'm waiting to see everything change for me up here, so we will see what happens. As 14, 18, 64, and 19, that is your top 5 currently as we speak. There's the pace car right there. Let's go back to our TV static right there. As I would think that we have an attempt at a green-white checker according to the settings that we had before. So let's see as we are coming back to the start-finish line. They're calling it the final lap, so that is how things are going to line up. That is unfortunate to say the least. So as it stands, we're going to go 1 through 10. We're going to see, you're going to see everybody come around, and they're going to complete the race under caution. And apologize about the green-white checker not being there. That is normally how things happen. But it's been a long 75 laps, and I'm sure these guys are ready to get out of the race car. And chat it up and talk it up. So first race is about to be completed under the books, and you see Elrod and Klinger first and second. Rinker is going to be the fourth position, and we're going to go back and see, well, as soon as they cross the line, we'll see how everything lines up. And congratulations to the number 14 for winning under caution, but still winning nonetheless. It would be no different than a rain delay. So, okay, well that's how everything ends there. We wanted to see a green-white checker. That'd have been an interesting finish right there for sure. We know everybody would have done great to do so, and we'll pull in our race winner, Jake Elrod, right there. And as there was no green-white checker, I wanted to pull in the race winner, number 14, Jake Elrod. I appreciate you talking with me earlier. Congratulations on the win right there. A little, I don't know if it was an iRacing snafu or a glitch going on right there. I know that green-white checkers were on for the race, but congratulations nonetheless.
Thank you. Huge shout out to Josh. He pushed me to it the whole way tonight. So
yeah, you and the 18 did really well. I think everybody's wrecking everybody right now. So you see the access celebration. Well, congratulations nonetheless. That's some points for you, and the standings will be updated. We'll see you next week, and hopefully you can repeat your win or maybe push your buddy to the win.
all right, thank you.
No problem. Congratulations once again to Jake and, of course, Josh, giving him a nice little boost right there all the way to the front. Those guys did a great job, and nice little burnouts going on right there. So we appreciate everybody out there, and I'm staying, CJ, I'm staying for the donuts. Everybody's there it is. Whoop, let's get back here. There they are. We're playing a little tug of war. They're going to tear those machines up to the best of their ability. Those guys pushed each other to the wind. Some hard racing, and no green-white checker tonight. But that'll be all finished next week, and we'll make sure that everything's set up for everybody. Congratulations once again to Elrod. Let's take a look at our standings, how everybody finished, and we will go from there. Of course, your race winner, Jake Elrod, in that Toyota. Klinger finished second. Zach Rinker, top three. Shane Shepard finishing fourth. Jay Jordan in that 19th and 5th. Cody Rawlings in that, he is 5 laps down, but he finished 10th. Pachinka, that was another big mover as well. He was up there in the mix. And Gander, who was definitely trying to push his way back to the front, finishing 8th right there. As we're going to toggle our results, David Cotton, Severson in the 009 right there, and Martineo in the 171. And then, of course, Sean Morissette, he was out there as well. The 444 of Joe Agnello getting some damage. And just waiting for everything to work out. It's Daytona, everybody. We appreciate everybody out there watching and liking and subscribing. Go on there and make sure that you follow us at twitch.tv/JLfollow. Signature Media Esports Broadcasting on YouTube. And then, of course, follow the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing V2 on Facebook. Follow their fan page. You'll be able to see all of their live broadcasts, and things will be quite interesting, to say the least. For, I believe we're at Phoenix next week. I'm going to take a look real quick. I want to let you know at least where we're at. We will be at Phoenix International Speedway for a 100-lap race next Sunday night. at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. That's when our broadcast will start. Well, that's at least where the race will start. Thank you, everybody, for being out there, and thank you for watching, subscribing. Make sure you go on and donate, and thank you, CJ. I appreciate that, of course, and always. I do my best to bring out the best of the drivers and the best of the broadcasts. I will continue to do so as well. Make sure you go on and follow that Twitch page, because we do have a big race coming up tomorrow night with Phoenix Raceway with the No Limit Thunder Series. I have to get used to saying Thunder. What comes before lightning? Little cars. Joke for you there. I appreciate you again, Jason, right here with Signature TV Live, and have a great Memorial Day if I don't see you or if I don't hear from you. But and thank you to all the veterans out there who have given that ultimate sacrifice. Remember what Memorial Day is all about. It's not about having the beer to get drunk. It's about having the beer for the guy that you that served our country.